I got this question from one of you, and the question says, how can I get in touch with my emotions? It is hard. And this is what I wish to talk about today. And so when an event makes emotions arouse within us, if we don't have the full capacity at that time to fully feel them, to fully allow them, they get stored in our system. So, and that is actually what creates the trauma. It's not the event, but the energies of it, the emotions still playing out in our field, still residing in our bodies. So when we heal, we can actually think back to that event, traumatic event, but there won't be any charge in it. It won't stir up all those emotions. And so what we need to remember that we have is if something is overwhelming, our system has this natural response uh, that is fight, flight, or freeze. And we need to remember that this is healthy ways for our system to deal with things, right? So if we are in that freeze respond, and those impulses of fight, flight, and freeze are still many times unhealed or unfelt in our system. So on a very cellular level, we are still holding on to that impulse, a fight, flight, or freeze. And so if you are someone who finds it very difficult to get in touch with your emotions, remember that this is very natural and healthy response from your brain if something has felt too overwhelming, too painful to deal with. So there is nothing wrong with you in the first place. It is the brain still perceiving you to be under a threat, still perceiving the danger to be there. And that is when we talk about PTSD, that it is, even though the situation, that environment that caused you all this, for example, fear, if that is over and you have been removed from that situation, your brain still believes that you are under threat, that you are living in danger, because the emotions are still there. And when we don't have the capacity or the knowledge to tune into them and to allow them, it is not the external that are seem to be the threat, it is the emotions, the respond to them, that is the threat. And if we keep avoiding them, your brain thinks that you are still in danger, and it will numb you down, it will disconnect you from getting in touch with that seemingly threat, your emotions. So first of all, don't blame yourself for not being able to feel, to soften into, aha, I now I understand why this is the case for me. And so what it takes is to create a safety, right? And safety is to start allowing the emotions. So it's not telling yourself, keep repeating, I'm safe, but how do we create that safe space for your system to let the guard down. So one way is to, that I find very effective, is to slow things down. And I talk about this again and again. So when we show our brain that I can move slowly, I can finish my food eating slowly, I can walk from one place to another slowly, that signals to the brain that there is no threat. I don't need to hurry, I don't need to get out of this, I don't need to hurry things up. It is safe for me to be here right now. I can breathe slowly, slow, because I don't prepare for fight or flight, right? So this won't heal the emotions itself, but it will start creating a safe space for your natural responses of, for example, freeze, to soothe. So this is the safety mechanism that starts to relax, and you will start to get slowly, little by little, in touch with your emotions. Another way is to breathe into your body, to be very present and consciously breathe into certain areas of your body. And emotions, unfelt emotions in your body, they will communicate with you. Your body will still communicate with you, probably not as those primarily raw emotions, but you will. So when emotion isn't felt, and if we keep avoiding feeling them fully, allowing them, the bodies will start to choose the second option, which is physical symptoms. So there might be some tension, maybe in your belly, lower parts of your belly. It may be a pressure on the chest, tension in your neck, in your throat. And I will talk more about the connection, emotions, and the physical symptoms in another video. So there are communication. Your emotions are communicating with you, but in a more physical sense, in another way. So to really become still and allowing that whatever you can pick up on, if there is a tightness, if there is just this sensation of numbness as well, to fully allow that. And you will see that the symptoms will stir up some emotions or responses within you. There may be irritation. There may be a sense of giving up, or depletion. So the way you feel about your symptoms is a way in as well. They are secondary, so there is a difference between these raw emotions, these primary emotions, and feelings are the way you feel around a situation. Feelings is your how this you not being able to feel your emotions make you feel. So So it's the interpretation about your emotions, or the way they they communicate with you. And that is a way in. That is good. It's perfect. And so just see how, tune into how does this makes me feel. And when I say how does this makes me feel, it's not to literally go there with your mind, but to allow yourself to feel. So another thing is that many people are, so when we wish to connect to emotions, we do it through the mind. We go with the mind, with thoughts, to search for. And because we are so connected from feeling. So we need to retrain our ability to really sense into, to allow the body to communicate, not to understand it. We don't need to understand it at all with the mind. We don't even need to perceive it with the mind. I was talking with my son about this the other day, and there is a cat that he loves to play with, and I said, when you put the hand on the cat, when you feel the purr, you simply feel it. You feel the vibration where your hand connects with the cat, whether it's on that spot where you are connected. You don't go into your mind and say that it feels like this, and now it's getting stronger, now it's less. You don't try to understand the happening with your mind. You don't comment it. You don't need to do that. You just are there with the purring, right? And this is the same way we meet emotion. The emotions are the energy, the purr, and we are there with it. We don't need to understand it, explain it, or analyze it in any way. So whatever is coming up, just be there with it. And if it's been very painful for you, or very scary for you, or you've been punished when you experience certain emotions, it's very likely that you went into your mind, and you can just perceive things through the mind. So what I really want to stress about this is that it takes practice, it takes patience, it is a retraining until it becomes your not only second nature but your first nature, because now your first nature is to avoid. So this goes for all of us, because we grow up and we become intellectual people that can easily override the emotions with our mind. We understand why I probably feel this way, but it doesn't mean understanding won't heal. It can actually even create more separation, because we move into more intellectualizing instead of just being with it. So whatever helps you to become present and to understand that overwhelming emotions have made you disconnect from your body, and to once again be in the body by being one with that purr, one with the vibration. You don't need to even mention it. So to get back to, even though you can't feel that raw primary emotion, you will feel the effects of it as some tension in your body, as numbness, or as irritation, or sadness because of the situation. And that's a feeling, that's not the primary emotion, but allow that sadness to take you further. But remember not to not stories about it. So not, oh, it's too sad, I cannot feel, and because this happened to me I'm disconnected. So that is the story, and we drop the story. But allow this is a sensation to be there and take us deeper, to feel where in my body is this, and allow it to go deeper. Another way unfelt emotions are communicating with you is through impulses or how can I say, events in your life. For example, you have problems sleeping. So if you move into what happens with me, how do I feel about not being able to sleep? Maybe there are fear. What if I'm never going to sleep well again? So that is a good way to how we feel about things in our lives is a good indicator to our primarily emotion that we weren't able to fully feel. So allow that fear to take you deeper. Maybe there is anger, and when there is anger, there's always a hurt, there's always pain. I will talk more about anger and irritation too, because they can be a bit tricky. And if you are very used to cut off those more vulnerable feelings, the primary feelings like fear or hurt, it's very likely that you are one who often feel irritated or often react with anger to even seemingly small things, and allow that to take you deeper. And that can be difficult to sit with. Another thing is that maybe you are avoiding, maybe you are overeating, or you are moving to social media to distract yourself. So if that is the case for you, see what happens when you choose to not move into the distraction. So when they're coming up, I want to do this, I want to eat, I want to go on Facebook or whatever, or I just need to watch another video, I need to go into a video about something to take me out of this. I promise you, when you don't follow that impulse, when you keep from acting or staying, you will become aware of the what is that is going on within you. And that is a very beautiful portal to move through, to be able to move deeper and to reconnect with the primary emotions. So maybe you will start to feel stress in your body. There will be looping thoughts. And if you can just still your system and just allow whatever that triggers within you. So every doorway, every trigger is a doorway. So if we are have this program within us that it's unsafe for us to feel, when you become still and are willing to feel, that happened to me. I remember both as a child and when I really started to, many years ago, to work with emotions, they just went away. Every sensation went away. So whenever I was out and about and I had something coming up, maybe I felt like crying and I didn't want to cry. I remember this as a child in front of people. As soon as I came into my own space and was able to fully feel, I became numb. And this may, if that is the case for you, I start to, whenever you feel that trigger, if you are able to really feel it, whenever you are in situations where you will feel triggered, allow it to be as much as you can. If there is in a meeting with someone, and to just be, can I have some of my awareness within, if somebody is telling you something that is hurtful or make you feel fear, I stay here within myself and allow whatever is going on. So I'm the neutral witness, right? It doesn't mean, again, so when we are allowing, we are not indifferent, but we are not either becoming unconscious for the triggers and just allow them to play out, but we allow them with love, compassion, and presence, right? And then little by little, your system will learn that, okay, so when things become still and emotions are resurfacing, we don't need to escape. We don't need to jump into that next activity or move into fatigue and becoming unconscious by get overwhelmed, or we don't need to move into brain dizziness or just start to clean or whatever. It is actually, we're gonna stay here, and little by little we will start to allow. And I want you to be patient with yourself in this process, because just understand why. It was too painful to feel, and your system is working perfectly. But now you will signal and learn anew that it's now we will feel, and we will feel fully. And remember that this is layers and layers of avoidance, of safety that you have put up between you and fully be present with emotions. So be patient, treat yourself with kindness as you go through this journey. Don't give up. If it triggers anger within you, just allow that to be. And if it's possible, little by little, allow it to take you deeper into the core wound. And check in with yourself many times a day. Just be very present within. And when you stop resisting, it's actually interesting, every opportunity that triggers something within you, to just allow it to be. It almost becomes fun, I dare to say, to just allow it to be. Here, thank you. This was something that wasn't fully embraced, that I have resisted. All right, good. And your system will learn that this is safe for us. This is how we do things, and it will come up, and it will arise, and it will reach completion, and it will be gone in time. So don't feel disencouraged if you don't feel that big release at once. It may take some more time, but it will clear, and it will heal every time. And you will feel your nervous system calming down, because the threat is not a threat anymore. So you bring your whole system back into safety. It doesn't need to be tensed. It's not broken. It just works the way it should work, perceiving danger. But you are the master, and you are teaching the system right now that there is no danger. The danger isn't feeling. It is safe. So I hope this was helpful, and please, if there is anything around this that you wish me to talk about, feel free in the comment field, and I see you soon again. Thank you.